Welcome to Caldwell County Today. I'm Paige Counts, Public Information Officer for Caldwell County. Joining me today are Keith Smith and Heather Drury, and they are here to talk about Home for Christmas. It's Christmas, Keith.
It's coming up very soon.
Very
You're right.
soon. So, give us the overview. For people who have never been to the show, for people who have never watched us, tell us where Home for Christmas came from.
Okay. Well, this is our 13th annual Home for Christmas. We stopped a couple of years one year because of COVID, and actually 2 years because I'd had surgeries. But now since 2010 or 2011, we've been going strong every year. And the concept came from, I was just reminiscing about childhood Christmases, and I was thinking about the music of those times. And my parents and I was the only child. We had a big mahogany stereo cabinet, stereo, and we would put like long playing albums on these. It gives away the age for sure. And like 4 or 5, and leave them, and they would drop and play. We'd go on to bed. It's down at the other end of the hall. I was on one side of the hall, my mom and dad on the other. And we'd drift to sleep listening to Perry Como and Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and Nat King Cole and the Fred Waring Pennsylvanians and lots more. And so I thought about, those conjure up special times so I wanted to create something like you could recapture your childhood again and go back. So I came up with the concept of Home for Christmas concert, and thanks to people like Heather, who you'll meet in a minute, and others over the years, we've been very successful with it.
Keith, I've never asked you this in the time we've been doing this, but what was your favorite? As you listened to those albums, which one did you want on the stereo every night?
I don't know that it was one song as much as I really liked Perry Como a lot. He kind of spoke to me. They all did, but I liked Perry. He's very smooth and good, so I liked his music a lot.
All right, well, give us the detail. I just was wondering because I thought I've heard that story several times, but I've never asked you.
Yeah,
which one?
It's either Perry Como or Marilyn Manson says you can't go home for Christmas. No,
that's a whole different.
Yeah, that's a whole
That's very different.
Halloween's over. What were we saying?
We're talking about the concert.
The logistics of it.
Logistics.
Okay. Yes, the concert is usually the second weekend in December, and it is this year as well. December 12th and 13th. We have 2 nights every year. That's a Friday and a Saturday. December 12th and 13th. There's a meal catered by Sims Barbecue, and we have chicken and barbecue pork and baked beans and potato chips and slaw and corn fritters and peach cobbler and tea. And so they provide the meal. The meal's at 6:30, and then the concert's at 7:30. The doors open at 6 o'clock, and you can come in and go down the hall to this wonderful manger scene we have that's provided by the Reverend Ann Wetner. And another lady's done it in the past, but she was unavailable this year. But we actually had Ann last year too, and it's a beautiful display. So people need to allow time for that and go down the hall and look at all the places to shop for arts and things at the hub station, see how well it's improved over the years. But the concert is, again, the 12th and 13th of December, 6:30 meal, 7:30 for the actual concert. We have both secular and sacred music. We have a choir of close to 50 people and some other people who participate as well. But you'll want to allow some time to go down the halls and to fellowship with each other and then have your meal. If you don't want to eat, you may sit in the balcony. But I always tell people, this is a great day that close to Christmas to be able to go out and shop even there at the hub, or get tickets for this show. It's a good Christmas gift. But come in, have your meal provided. You don't have to cook that evening or either one of those evenings, and just have a good time. And the tickets are $37 for the meal and the concert, $20 for the concert only. And this year, for the first time ever, I've handled the tickets myself directly, but they're actually doing it through the Hub box office. So for those of you who come to a lot of our dinner theater productions, it's the same procedure. You got 3 ways to get tickets. You can come into the Hub station, and both Addie and Rakima will take good care of you there. Or you can call I'm sure Eck will put this on the screen, 828-726-8871. Or most conveniently, you can go on the website, go to the Town of Hudson or the Hub Station website, follow the link to Tix.com, and tix.com, and you can get your tickets online by credit card. So you got those 3 ways, and so that's different. Still, please call me if you have any questions, because it's very convoluted, all the different angles and everything, but my number is 322-3169, and you can call me anytime. And to complicate things this year, the town of Hudson is having a shift to a whole new phone system, so later, closer to Christmas, we may be having new phone numbers. So if you can't get through, make sure you call me. But leave a message, be persistent, and they'll take care of you.
Well, I want to talk to Heather. Heather, this is your first year doing Home for Christmas.
Yes.
How did you get involved?
Well, through a friend, introduced me to Keith, and Keith invited me to the first Home for Christmas show last year. So me and my husband went, and I enjoyed it. I'm like, I've got to be in this choir. This is something I want to do. And they sound so beautiful. I mean, you felt like it was Christmas time. And so after that, I started, this is my first year in it, and I'm so excited. It sounds so wonderful, and Keith has done such a great job. And so I'm very excited about being in it this year.
Tell me a little about your singing background. Before we started taping, you said you've been singing your whole life. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I did my first trio when I was 6 years old. I've been in singing ever since then. My grandfather, he was the director of a church choir. It just runs in my family. Mm-hmm. And then when I got to high school, I went out for Patriot Singers at my high school, and we sung a lot of Latin songs and stuff like that. So I've just been singing through my whole year, and I used to sing on a praise team at my church and in the choir, and it just runs in my family, and I've been singing that whole time through my whole life.
Well, I'm going to kind of give this to both of you. Talk to me a little bit. You said sacred and secular, about the music folks will be hearing.
Okay. You want to say anything first, then I'll follow up.
The music is some of my favorite music. I like the old Christmas songs. One of my favorites is The White Christmas. Mm-hmm. That is a very pretty song. It makes you feel like you're at home, and it's Christmas time, and there's a lot of songs that we'll be singing that are beautiful, and you just feel like it is Christmas time when you hear it. So I think a lot of people should come out and really come see what it's about. And when they leave, they'll feel like, yeah, I feel like I'm home for Christmas. So.
And Heather mentioned that it really does too. I've had a lot of people give testimony that this gets them in the Christmas spirit for the season when they come hear this. But some of the sacred songs we're doing are Do You Hear What I Hear? The Little Drummer Boy, Going to Bethlehem, which is a spiritual, Lo How a Rose, the Sweet Little Jesus Boy. I was trying to think of the ladies' song that we added, and All on a Starry Night, and the Candlelight Christmas Carol, which is a beautiful piece by John Rutter. And then we're doing The Grinch, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, and Christmas in About 3 Minutes, which sums up 26 songs in 3 minutes' time. And the men are going to be singing It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. And then we have, as she mentioned, I call them, we're only doing 2 of the 3, but I call them the trilogy of winter songs. There's Let It Snow, which we're not doing, but we're doing Winter Wonderland and White Christmas. And both of those, songs mention snow, and they're seasonal. Everybody associates them with Christmas, but Christmas is not mentioned in any of those songs. But Irving Berlin, the very prolific composer, wrote White Christmas while sitting by his pool in Beverly Hills in July, and it was 100 degrees. And that's how the song starts. Most people don't know the verse, they just know the chorus, but it starts, we're here in Beverly Hills, LA, and then it goes into I'm dreaming of, because he's there, he's dreaming of a white Christmas back home in the north and the east, and where it's cold and there's snow. So, and we always conclude, well, first I have to say we're doing I'll Be Home for Christmas, which has become our theme song. And as Heather said, you can apply that and feel like you're home and associate your own stories with that. But we conclude with Nutcracker Jingle, which is to the words of Jingle Bells, but it's set to Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker Suite. So it's called Nutcracker Jingle, is that
Yeah,
it?
Nutcracker Jingle.
And it's a fun song. And you always call them the Keith touches. We're doing several skits, and not several, a couple, and some things I think that will be, usually we edge toward funny, but I think these are more like very prolific, emotional type things that we're doing, some little skits and that sort of thing. So people will have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
And as I said, you have the great meal, and you can go down the hall and see everything, and make sure you see the manger display.
Keith, when you just said you're doing the Grinch, I had this whole Keith Touch Grinch thing going in my mind. So now that you say they're prolific, I'm like, maybe not so Grinchy. That's okay.
Well,
You surprise us.
Well, the Grinch is a funny part of it, but there are also some touching things as well.
Yeah.
And my allergies are bad, so I'm trying to talk through these. But it's a good experience, and we have people who have been there almost all 13 years. Once they get hooked on it, they keep coming. And and if you get a table, the tickets are $37, but if you get a table of 8, you get a $3 discount for each ticket, so it's $34 per ticket. So we encourage people to come as families or friends or church groups or clubs, whoever you just socialize with your friends and or family.
A small Christmas gathering, it's your Christmas party. It's a small
It
group,
is.
or even a large group. You get 2 tables, 3 tables.
That's right,
And
yeah.
my cousin, who I'm dedicating Home for Christmas to this year, I'll be home for Christmas, Janice Smith Kuntz, she gets a table every year and invites people from her church, and she provides that as like her Christmas gift to that set of people who do things for her throughout the year. So that's a good thing.
That's also a gift idea.
It sure is.
Yes.
My family calls them Christmas adventures when you do something like that. But it's a great way to celebrate because we all get caught up in stuff. But spending time together at a wonderful concert makes a great Christmas gift.
I've always thought it's funny how we talk about the season of joy and peace, and it is, but it's the most hectic, bustling time of the year, so it's kind of counterproductive. But for that night, you can come relax, sit back, and just enjoy it.
Yeah, because I relaxed when I went last year. It was really nice, and I just said, I have to be a part of this. This is something I got to be a part of.
We're glad she is. She has a fine soprano voice, and she's been doing some dinner theater with me too now. So
Another face to watch for.
she get reeled in and hooked by Keith. I'll still never forget, we had a cast party. It's been several shows ago now, but Doug McCowan and Charlie Finkel were there, and they were talking, and they said, Keith's like the Godfather. Once you say yes one time, he never lets you go. You're hooked for life. I don't know if that's a compliment or a detriment. But
Can you talk a little bit about the quality of singers in your shows?
yes, we have. It's first of all, you have to be able to sing well and sing parts to be in the choir, and it's by invitation or audition. I've worked with everything from kids at school, kids in churches, adults. I think everybody should sing, but these are efforts, this and the men's chorus and other things that I do. It's an effort to have a higher level of quality of the music. And all the people who sing, I'd say there are probably 10 or 12 of them who taught music in school or who are music directors at their churches. And Mr. Cogdell, who will have done another segment about another show. We talk about him all the time in my stuff. He was my high school choir director. He's come full circle. He sings with me now, but he still sings a lot and is a retired school music teacher, a very, very excellent teacher with a high standard over the years. But it helps, even with all that, you still have to work really hard, and we really work to do little nuances to the music, and I try to make it fun. My agenda is to have fun while we're working toward excellence, and that's what we do.
And how long have you been rehearsing?
As of this taping, we've had 3 rehearsals. We'll have about 10 to 12 overall with the whole group, and then we have a big dress rehearsal the night before and then do the 2 shows.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right, Keith, tell us all of the logistics one more time.
Okay. It's the concert is the 13th annual Home for Christmas concert. It's Friday and Saturday, December 12th and 13th at the Hub Station Auditorium. I think we mentioned that it's at the Hub on 145 Cedar Valley Road between the middle school and the town of Hudson. And the tickets are $37 for dinner and the play, or not play, in this case, the concert, and $20 for the concert only in the balcony. I would encourage sitting in the balcony for this concert more than for dinner theater, simply because you get a good overall blend of the sound, and you don't have to see details. I like sitting close for shows so you can see nuances of faces, but this lets you just hear and assimilate the music. But the balcony tickets are $20. The meal is catered by Daniel Brunet. Catered by, don't rush to get these. It's catered by Sims Barbecue. And they've done this program now for about 4 or 5 years, doing an excellent job for us. It's barbecue pork and chicken, baked beans, coleslaw, potato chips, corn fritters, and peach cobbler, and tea. And there are 3 ways to get your tickets. It's different this year. Usually you had to call me, and you can still call me, and my number again is 828-322-3169. That's to answer any questions, or in case that phone system does change over and you need to get through. But you call the Hub box office at 828-726-8871, or go by there to the box office at 145 Cedar Valley Road. They're mainly in-person deal with tickets on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but they're there. And then the most convenient way is to go on to the Hudson website, or Town of Hudson, or the Hub Station website, and follow the link to tix.com, tix.com. And I would encourage you, as of this taping, we're about a month out, but it'll be showing for a couple of weeks leading up. But sooner than later is better, and of course you can pick out your own seating that way.
Awesome. Thank you both for joining me today.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Caldwell County Today.